Everybody ready? Lieutenant?
Afternoon, Steve Gallagher, Homicide Lieutenant. I'm here today to announce the arrest in the murder investigation of Pamela Daughtry, 52-year-old white female. The suspect in this case is her son, Mitchell Daughtry. He's a 14-year-old. Obviously, in a case like this, there'll never be a happy ending at all, even with an arrest. The family's going to be grieving for an awful long time. On August 18th at 2:30 p.m., police were dispatched to a death investigation at 11518 Monument Ridge Drive. Upon their arrival, they discovered Pamela Daughtry deceased in the kitchen. She had been stabbed multiple times and was covered with a blanket. Detectives made contact with the original complainant at the scene, which was Pamela's adult daughter, Kristen. She had called the police and told them that earlier in the day at 2:15 p.m. she had gotten a text from her mother that requesting her to come to the house to speak with her brother Mitchell because he had been angry. She didn't say why, but that she wanted her to come speak. The text message was actually sent at 1:29 p.m. and unfortunately Kristen didn't have her phone with her at the time, and when she saw the message she went immediately to the house and discovered that her mother had been killed and the vehicle was missing, and so was Mitchell. Mitchell Daughtry and the victim's 2007 Volvo was entered into the system as missing. Mitchell's whereabouts were unknown until about 7 p.m. that night when he had started to make contact with friends and family by way of phone, text, and phone calls, and told them that he was in South Florida. During those texts and phone calls, he also indicated that he had killed his mother. At approximately 10 p.m., Sunny Isles Police Department located Mitchell and the vehicle and took Mitchell into custody. They realized that he had attempted to commit suicide, taken several pills, and was placed under the provisions of the Baker Act in a medical facility. During the investigation, warrants were obtained for Mitchell's arrest for murder and for auto theft. And on August 28th, when he was released from the scene, or from the medical facility, he was booked into the juvenile center in Miami-Dade. Today at 1:30 p.m., Mitchell was transported here to Jacksonville. He was booked into the pretrial detention facility for the charges of murder and auto theft. It's my understanding that the State Attorney's Office is going to seek charges, or seek to direct file to charge him as an adult. I can take some questions.
There had been, a Cole Heath from Action News, there had been indications that the family's safe had been opened and items had been stolen from the house the day of the murder, and that Mitchell Daughtry was in fact connected to that as well. Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
What was taken?
I think that in the safe, they might have placed the kitchen knives, is my understanding, because he had been suicidal in the past.
Is there a clear-cut motive at this time?
No, not for the murder.
Connie with First Coast News. We know that the father had been is in jail due to either molesting or something of that matter with children or minors. Was he one of those kids that was involved in that, or?
No, it's my understanding that that was one of the reasons he was upset was his father was in jail.
Why has it taken several weeks now in order to get him back to Jacksonville?
Just the process with him being under the provisions of the Baker Act, and then the time it takes to get the paperwork completed.
And you said the State Attorney's Office is looking to charge him as an adult?
That's my understanding.
Jessica Merker with Channel 4. Have you all been called to that residence before? History with that residence?
I'm not sure of the number of calls that they have or haven't had.
Joe DeRaskovich, Times Union. The pills that Mitchell took down south, were they over the counter or were they prescription pills?
I'm not exactly sure which pills they were. I think that they were like a hydrocodone type pill.
Travis, Channel 4. Did he text his mom from his sister's cell phone to lure her to the house? How did that work out?
No, I don't know anything about him texting.
You said that
her.
she didn't know about the text on her phone, or?
No, he sent a text, or she, the mother, the victim, sent a text to Kristen, the adult daughter, asking her to come by and talk to Mitchell.
And we don't know what that argument was about at all?
No, I don't think it was an argument. I think he was angry.
Just angry.
And the text didn't say why he was angry.
Do we know how Mitchell Daughtry's father got out of jail the day after this crime happened. Is there a coincidence to that, or is there a connection to that?
I don't have the answer to that. I don't know why he was released or when he was released.
Okay, because he was out. He was in the day that the crime happened and out the next day.
Sure.
That's all I know. So.
It had nothing to do with this.
Anything else?
Well, just in general, it came out yesterday that August was the deadliest month, and of course it sucks to not be able to close a case, but it's always a great time for you all in your units when you are able to make an arrest in a murder or a homicide. I'm sure you all were pretty pleased with making an arrest in this case.
Yeah, like I said, there's no happy ending to this case whatsoever. The process is, it's working as it's supposed to. It's just an unfortunate situation all the way around.
All right. Thanks, Lieutenant.